A first step towards green growth is to introduce diversity. Varieties in low-income countries have often been introduced decades ago, and they're just not well suited to prevailing growth conditions. And these growth conditions are, of course, affected by climate change. Making a shift towards vegetable species and varieties with resistance to biotic stresses, pests and diseases, improved shelf life, and tolerance to heat, flooding, and salinity will be particularly important. Introducing vegetable diversity into farmers' fields will strengthen farmers' resilience against climate change and offer, of course, also more market opportunities. A special effort is needed to reintroduce traditional vegetables, such as the ones you can see at the bottom of this slide. Traditional vegetables are usually highly nutritious and indigenous to a specific region or introduced from another region a very long time ago. And most of these traditional vegetables are adaptable to poor quality soils. They're mostly tolerant to abiotic stresses such as drought and saline soils, resistant to various pests and diseases, and thus require fewer inputs compared to global vegetables. They're global cousins, such as tomatoes and cabbages. And that means they present lower risk to farmers and their use is therefore more environmental friendly. This slide illustrates this with data from about 250 farmers in Tanzania. As you can see, farmers can make as much money out of traditional vegetables such as African nightshade, amaranth, and Ethiopian mustard as out of tomatoes. Just look at the brown bars in the graph. And in any case, much more than with maize. And if you look at the external input levels, in particular insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides, it seems that traditional vegetables really require fewer of such inputs than tomatoes. The incentive for farmers to adopt traditional vegetable crops would be strong market demand, which may not be a given, as traditional vegetable crops may be perceived as outdated or old-fashioned by a growing and young urban population. Information campaigns are needed to raise interest in traditional vegetables, and these should emphasize taste, cultural value, ease of preparation, and not just advocate their nutritional, health, and environmental benefits. They could include promotion campaigns with chefs and consumer champions to celebrate nutrition, taste, and cultural values of these vegetables. There's an encouraging trend in East Africa, in particular in Kenya and Tanzania, where traditional vegetables can again be found in informal wet markets